Hi, everyone. This is our first artist Q&A. I'm Maddie Stenson. I'm the program director for the Northwest Connecticut Arts Council, and this is Jasmine Bailey. She's an artist from Torrington. Hi.
Hello.
I wanted to ask you specifically about what you've been working on recently.
Yeah, so I think that I can categorize it in like two things. There's the things that I have to do, and then there's the things for me that I want to do.
Mhm.
So the things that I have to do, I've got a couple of commissions that I'm working on, some works for other people that I'm making, and then I'm taking a digital painting class through CG Master Academy. So I've got homework assignments for that I've been working on, and they're quite difficult. So I know that I'm taking the right class and moving in the right direction. So it's cool.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm working on character design, I suppose, is what we would call it, but also getting better using poster colors. So I've been working on these little artist trading cards.
Is that your space where you work behind you?
Yeah. So this is the art station, and I'm actually currently talking to you at the digital audio workstation. I love it in here. I'm having a good time.
Awesome. Have
Yeah.
you've been working on music too?
Yep.
Cool.
Mhm.
Nice.
I wouldn't say it's an album, but putting some tracks together. It's like a secret project.
Oh, cool.
I feel like since graduating from college, I've shared very little about what I've been doing musically. So I think it's time to start putting some of that stuff out there that I've been doing.
Yeah,
So
definitely. What's been inspiring you to create and just continue?
nature, I'm inspired a lot by nature. And then looking at other artists' work and the subjects and like the content of what they're making. And then books. I have books and books and more books. And I think another thing I'm inspired a lot by is like video games and role playing games like Dungeons and Dragons. I want to play. I haven't played before, but it seems like such a really interesting thing.
Mm,
Um, and I feel like it fits with what I want to do and the characters and worlds that I create.
yeah, I could totally see that fitting with your style and your kind of whimsical characters.
Hmm.
Have you learned anything new during the quarantine?
So the other day I spent like an hour outside on my deck there, and I was just doing some wood carving,
Oh, nice.
just like whittling little characters and things like that. And then a couple months ago, I started needle felting, and so every once in a while, I'll pick up that and make a little character. So just like a continuing things that I've already been doing.
That's awesome. You said you were working smaller. How big do you usually work?
So usually when I start something, it is about an artist trading card size.
Hmm.
So they're pretty small. It's just I don't know if you can see.
Oh, cute.
Just a small size. Otherwise, the sketchbooks that I work in, they're pretty large. I think this is a 5.5 by 8 sketchbook.
So you called those trading cards. Do you trade with other artists?
There's like a whole artist trading card movement out there, and
Hmm.
I follow a couple of artists online who do this whole thing with it. And it's probably something that I should get involved with a little bit more than I am than just using the tags. And I think my experience with them so far has just been like not only a good way for me to practice what I'm doing and get ideas out, but also just like they're a more affordable piece of original art than larger pieces.
Hmm. I also want to say congratulations to you on your fellowship from the Office of the Arts.
Thank
Uh,
you.
so how will that help you in your art practice?
It's really exciting, and I'm thankful that I have the opportunity. And I'm kind of using it as a way to like continue exploring without fear. There have been a couple ideas that I've had where it's like, oh man, it would be so fun to do this, but it takes like these supplies, and then I need this tool in order to put this together. And so I'm using it as kind of a way to explore those ideas and then set myself up for the future.
Other than creating and exploring and doing your illustrations, what else have you been up to?
This is another secret project, but Mark working on making my own video game. And what I love about video games, it's everything that I do all in one thing. So I can compose and perform and record music. sound design. I've got the art, the storytelling, animation with it. So it's like it's absolutely everything that I love to do all in one package.
That video game project sounds really exciting.
Yeah, it's very slow thing. I wish there was more time.
That's more of a long-term project?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. What's the hardest part right now?
Sometimes it can be difficult to decide what to do, and it can be paralyzing sometimes. And I spend like 30 minutes just like sitting there thinking, what do I want to do? you know.
Yeah, I
So
totally understand. One of the best pieces of advice I ever got was don't think, just do it.
mhm. I'm starting to try to be like that. Just like start something, and like if it's not what I want to do after 10 minutes, okay, move on to something else.
Do you have any advice for artists about this kind of thing, about this time management?
Maybe make a list, like things that are immediate that can give you an immediate outcome. If it's a long term project, make sure that you set up stopping points that will allow you to see progress.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say don't be afraid to share with people. When like looking at works in progress is so exciting, and I feel like people out there in the world really love to look at the progress that you're taking and the steps that were made in between everything.
Yeah, that's good advice. Do you have any other positive words you want to share with the community?
I feel like right now during this pandemic, we're seeing a lot of really awesome things, like people coming up with new things or people doing something that is really inspiring. And it's awesome that it makes you feel like, oh, I want to do that too. But I also want people to remember that now is not necessarily the time, and it doesn't have to be the time for you to make your magnum opus,
Mm-hmm.
But if you've lost your job, and the mental stress that has, and the toll on you that it takes, it could be good to just kind of chill, take a step back, and take care of yourself. If you don't feel like creating right now, it's okay.
Yeah, I agree for sure, 100%. Thank you so much, Jasmine. This was really great. I'm so glad that you agreed to do this with us.
Thank you for reaching out to me.
Yeah, absolutely.